interesting one. I think, if they have picked Lila, I'll be very curious as to know as to why. I feel like Glutonny would definitely benefit from Lila a lot more than Raito would. But hey, look, these guys are in winners finals. I'm only talking about it.
All right, no, they've gone for Battlefield. All right, one of the best tracks on Battlefield as well. Has begun, winners finals.
Here's the thing, man. When it comes to Battlefield in particular, I feel like Raito benefits from it so much more than Glutonny. And the reason I say this is because of those platforms, right? It limits the way that Glutonny can approach, because Raito can literally just sit under those platforms and retreat back to those platforms and just start throwing up the wall again. When you're Glutonny in this position, it's like, how do I actually get in? What do I do? I'm probably going to go with some kind of aerial, or I'm going to go dash attack. Dash attack is very, very predictable. The aerials themselves, they're kind of stifled out by the platforms, so it's going to be difficult for Glutonny in this game one for sure.
Absolutely, and that's the thing with Wario. He kind of has to approach you from the air, and if you're using options to kind of restrict the sideways movement, as well as just waiting under the platform, you're cutting off those avenues of approach so much. That said, though, Glutonny finally finding that one opening and making the most of it. Down air? No. Good air dodge coming out from Raito.
Again, the blast zones being as far out as they actually are on Battlefield definitely benefits Wario, because he's going to be taking a lot of chip from Duck on Duo. But there's the back air, lovely stuff there.
Strong back air coming out from Raito, and now Glutonny, probably for the first time throughout this tournament, feels like he's at a fairly substantial deficit.
Yeah, I think 82%, he's not exactly at kill percent at all, to be honest, Raito. And the way that he's been kind of surviving so far when it comes to his stocks, this is, he's probably still got another 50% in him or so. It is difficult for Wario to get that proper confirm as well. He's obviously got things like down tilt into dash attack and things like that. But with the use of the can, I don't know, man, it gets a little bit scarier for a commitment on Glutonny's side.
Yeah, just Raito's just doing such a sensational job covering all of Glutonny's angles of approach. He just feels like he doesn't know how to get in. Finally catches him hanging a little bit too long on the ledge and clips him with that down air. But still,
I saw it a little bit before. That's definitely something Raito's going to be doing, holding shield while Sky just throwing the can towards Glutonny. Wait!
That almost KO'd, and he almost
God,
went for the chomp off stage.
Yeah, that was a lovely option there from Glutonny to nearly just bring this whole thing back. But that's the win condition gone. That waft is a massive, massive thing. It's going to be recharging for the next 3 minutes or so.
That said, though, the momentum that waft gave him is absolutely huge here. Trading with the can, that's actually not too bad for Glutonny in that situation. And a great trade with that back air right there. Now Glutonny suddenly in the lead in this game.
What a comeback from Glutonny, man. That was insane. Yeah, and you can see again, the logic of striking to Battlefield slowly starts to dawn on me. Again, those blast zones are really benefiting Glutonny, living to about 200% before Raito could even take the stock.
Yeah, absolutely. Those blast zones for Battlefield are huge. Both the ceiling and the side blast zones help all the casts live that extra bit longer.
Against a character like Duck as well, who just doesn't have the most rife set of options to kill. It's going to be good for Glutonny in that sense.
Great usage of the chomp so far, and the usage of the bike as well, using it both as a throwable projectile and the ride of the bike.
That also is such a funky option. I love it from Raito. Definitely something a bit different.
Okay, once again, brute forcing his way through things with that bike. Very even game so far. Oh, it goes for the wasp, but it still gets the KO. Okay, game one going to Glutonny.
No, I can only assume that kind of that took the stock because he tech rolled in and he was already holding right on the stick. Maybe.
Maybe the
because
DI
I don't feel like Half-Waft should have killed at that percent.
Not off of that side, yeah.
That's what I mean.
There were no sparks. There was no zoom in. It was definitely something that felt like it shouldn't have got the KO. Maybe as well. Raito might have
Glutonny doesn't care about it, right?
Yeah. It's great for Glutonny, but maybe as well Raito might have buffered an option while he was in the magnifying glass.
For sure.
Game two, I think we're going to go to a lot more flat stage in Town and City.
Very, very good call. Town and City is the option here for Raito. Obviously, the platform's not as paramount in this stage as they are in something like Battlefield. But again, it's just about that space now, isn't it? You've got so much more space to kind of play around and do your thing.
Again,
always going to be beneficial.
Again, we're seeing the Clay Pigeon into the up smash. That's a lot of damage on that combo.
77%. And again, this is kind of how the first game played out, in that Raito was just in full control of that first stock, but again, it just takes a flip of a coin and a flick of a switch, and Glutonny can just get himself back into it.
Yeah, it takes so little, and Glutonny is the clutch master of Europe. Just missing out on that back air, that definitely would have been the stock.
Dash attack from that double down tilt. Lovely stuff.
Risky dash attack with no punish coming out from Raito right there. The can blowing Glutonny into the skies, almost getting that. What a superb sequence coming out from Raito right there. My goodness.
Yeah, again, just reading everything that Glutonny wanted to do. Perfect positioning of that can as well. And this is what I mean, Raito, when it comes to this, it's like a science. He just knows exactly what to do and what works.
Such a calculated player is Raito, and we're seeing that constantly. We saw that in the buzz set. We're seeing that in this set versus Glutonny as well.
Okay.
His ability to just kind of simultaneously defend while applying pressure with that can and punish over extensions is so strong. Dash attack, not enough to take the stock just yet.
This jump, ooh, forward air actually sends him the other way. Unfortunate there from Glutonny. Raito looking out a little bit. Dash attack, that's going to do it.
There we go, down tilt into dash attack. Only 76% on Glutonny this time. This is definitely something that he can make back, especially with the waft that's going to be online in a second.
Yeah, so he's got, I think he's got about just over half waft right now, so he should be okay for a little bit. But this is the thing, man. Wario's still got a good 50-60% of him when it comes to this stock. Whoa. Very heavy boy.
Great use of the down air right there, getting that trade.
Yeah. And again, that's the kind of stuff that you'll see Raito do quite a lot. Just really pressure Gluto on how he's actually going to be attacking his shield, especially when that can is on board. Although he's off stage now.
Beautiful nair, but he doesn't land on the stage. I really like the idea, but he was just a little bit too far off.
That's so unfortunate, man.
And this is ideal for Glutonny. All this rage with waft still online.
Oh my days, he's gone!
Never mind. I was about to say Raito is at death percent, but he might still be at KO percent. There it is! Waft. Yes, and there it is. Finding that one opening with the neutral air, landing in, flying away, and going for the waft to finish it off. 2-0 now for Glutonny. He is one game away from grand finals.
Finals? God damn. In a tournament with MVD, the both Mr. or Raito and Glutonny. Glutonny on winner's side of grands is the timeline I'm fine with.
I believe Gluto to this day has still yet to lose an ultimate tournament in Europe so far. And his results in the US have also been incredibly strong, of course, as we mentioned before. He just came off of a 5th place finish at CEO.
Yeah.
But the person who double eliminated him is still in the bracket.
Yes, sir.
That said, though, Raito still has a lot to say. He still has fight left in him.
Well, this is the thing, man, because like Raito, he's 2 games down, but at the same time, it's like none of these games have been like far away from him at all. It's literally been Glutonny just playing that one perfect stock, getting the waft, taking the win. That's kind of how it's been played out so far. It's not like Raito's been playing absolutely fine so far. If not, probably been playing a little bit better than Glutonny at times.
Eating the can, healing a little bit of HP. That is something that, of course, Wario is able to do. I think in one of the patches, they kind of made it easier for him to eat a lot of projectiles, but not something you see all the time.
Wow, just hanging on. That reaction was very good there from Raito. Really good reaction from Raito, throwing out that can straight away on that get up.
Very similar start to how we saw in game 1. Just Raito having this early lead. But Glutonny kind of closing the gap bit by bit until he was eventually able to get the game.
Oh my God! Days!
That was an incredibly hard read. He just went for it with absolute confidence, and he was able to take that stock criminally early.
Jesus. And that's the thing, that forward smash wasn't really much of a commitment. At that part of the stage, there wasn't really much Duckham was going to do to actually punish that, unless it was like forward tilt or down tilt.
Great conversion, using the bite again, and the juggles with the up throw into the up air. Up tilt even. But Raito doing a great job answering back. Trades back and forth. Kind of losing for Raito in these instances, just because the lighter character as well as being
wow, what a call out from Raito on the landing though.
One forward smash for another, sir. I will exchange you back and forth. Exactly. And now Raito is once again in the lead.
The waft is online now. But he's probably not going to be using it anytime soon, I can imagine.
He's definitely going to look for something like a back air or a forward tilt or a dash attack to get this KO.
Oh, he's got switch on. See it up there. That was a trade that Raito did not want. The can taking him out, unfortunately.
Yes, not at all. And now Raito has to be weary of this waft, but he's still tacking on all this damage.
Lovely stuff there from Raito. Forward throw into cannon to up air, getting a lot of percent. But unfortunately, Glutonny misses the waft.
That was so unfortunate. That was the set ender right there. But still, Glutonny is making a lot of magic happen. He's doing a lot of great work. We saw earlier him making great use of the bike to kind of get in the way of the can and hit Glutonny. But great up smash call out on the landing from Raito, getting one on the board. He's still alive in the bracket.
That waft miss could be the reason Raito gets this reverse 3-0 right now.
Possibly.
Mate,
Maybe.
That was a big moment in this set if I ever did see one.
That would be... If that was how the events played out, that would be an absolute heartbreaker, and Glutonny would have to really remain absolutely composed moving down into losers finals if that were to happen. That said though, he still does of course have this set lead, so he still only needs one more game. Meanwhile, Raito does need two, but that was definitely something that Raito needed to get back into the set.
Game 4. Dokkan and Wario again, not going to be changing. These guys are very much typecasting their characters, to say the least.
This time going to Yoshi's story.
I like the choice of Yoshi's from Gluto. Definitely suffocating Dokkan a little bit more. So can't really do as much shenanigans with things like your gunman and your play pigeon at a range that can't really be punished. But right now, I mean, I say that, but Raito is playing mad aggro right now.
Yeah, beautiful grab coming out from Raito. Glutonny, and this is pretty much how each game has started. Raito would get this early lead, and then Gluto would find the hits that he needs at the opportunities where he needs them.
Yeah, unfortunately there from Raito, only the first hit of that up air coming out, and wasn't able to take the stock. Are we going to catch any kind of landing? Nope, not just yet. Gets the dash attack. Now he's off 150. 160% should I say, sorry. And he just can't get this kill right now.
We constantly see, finally getting the KO with the forward tilt, we constantly see Glutonny just trying to fly in with these forward airs and these neutral airs, and they're losing out to the can every single time.
And this is the thing, man, when you're letting Wario live to 170, good tech. When you're letting Wario live to 170, that's just more time to waft.
Yes, yes it is. And the down air into the forward tilt, catching the option that Raito went for. Now this is only a very small lead for Raito.
Yeah, lovely confirm off that down there to get that forward tilt straight away. Again, this is looking pretty solid for your man, Glutonny. Obviously a little bit down, but again, having that waft in the back pocket, slowly building up. It's a big win condition for sure.
Yeah, and that's just such a critical factor of Wario in general. The fact that he can kind of play very slow and defensive. You see a lot of platform camping coming out from Glutonny. It just allows him to build up that waft, and you know, it essentially deters camping from the opponent. Great forward tilt. That was a huge forward tilt.
Yeah.
Waft maintained, and this is prime position for Glutonny to take this set here and now. We're seeing the platform camping come out once again. He knows that he can just take his time, not force the issue, and just kind of look for the opportunities when they come up.
Absolutely. He's doing just that, Durham.
Remaining elusive with his landings as well. Great use of the bike right there. Finally finding the clay pigeon. 2 and a 3 into the up air.
Oh my god! The duck hunt duo. Dog, duck, and apparently a pigeon's involved as well. 2 or 3 of them. Jeez.
That was insane.
That was what a combo, man. That was sick.
That said, though, this is still a precarious situation for Raito. One big hit from Glutonny will mean the end of this set. Meanwhile, Raito kind of has to climb up a mountain if he wants to get this victory. He needs this.
I can see a waft being a trade.
And there it is, the untackable. Really, really smart from Glutonny. He knew that was the prime position, and now he will advance into Grand Finals.
I mean, commiserations to Raito. Very, very good play from him. was slowly bringing it back, and that amazing combo in that game 4 really started to put the momentum in his shape.